So this week I will be building this drill press table with a removable insert and a movable fence as well. So stay tuned and learn how. So I have this piece of wood and it's a sheet of plywood. It's about 2 feet by 2 feet and it's a little bit less than 3/4 of an inch thick. It's probably closer to a 1/2 inch. I'm going to rip this down to 1 foot by 2 foot and make 2 panels that are 1 foot by 2 foot and glue them together for a nice thick top. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is glue together these 2 pieces of board using some Titebond 2 wood glue, and you want to get it together as quick as you can so you can clamp it up and get the glue on. And just make sure everything is square before you put the clamp on. And all this glue squeezed out can be wiped away, and that tells you that you did put enough glue in to hold it in place. And it's been 24 hours, so I can take off all the clamps and see how it has turned out. So there is a lot of glue spit out, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of sanding on the edges. I'm gonna run it through my table saw just to like get off it so it's perfectly square and everything. And now I have this cleaner edge compared to this all glued up edge. So I'll do the same thing for the other side. Alright, so what I did now was I set this piece of wood for my base, and I'm just going to trace the outlines on the bottom so I know where to drill my holes to mount the thing on. And as you can see now, I have the basic area of where I should drill my holes. So as long as I drill something within the area of there, it should work. So what I did was I chucked up a 9/32 drill bit into my drill press, and I put this 2x4 under to drill into that, and I center punched all the holes where I want to drill them out so I can mount this board to the table. And as you can see, that worked out pretty well. So now what I have to do is I'm going to countersink these so that they are flush on the table so they're not sticking out on the drill press. And for that I will be using some Forstner bits just to create a little area so I can have that flat. And now what I'm going to do is take a washer and drop it in, and then take my bolt and drop it through, and now you'll notice that it's flush and it's not sticking out like it was before. And now what I have done by running it through the router is I've created these grooves so that this T-bolt, this one isn't really a T-bolt, but if you can see, it has this lip on the edge so it can slide through here for my fence. So now what I did was I cut out these pieces of 1/4-inch plywood for the top of the drill press table, and I have this little bevel, if you can see that, of 15 degrees, and you want to line up both of these pieces so that it's flush on both sides. And now I have this area so that when I'm using my drill press, I will have an insert that can slide in here and it won't be able to pop up. So you'll have to slide in and slide out. But the main purpose of this is so when I'm using my drill press, that if I accidentally drill too far, then I have something to back up into, and it will always keep my drill press table looking in the best shape it possibly can. So now I have to cut out an insert for this, and as you can probably tell, it's getting darker out right now, so I'm just going to cut that out and show you the insert when I'm done. So now I am ready to glue everything together, and what you want to do is have it pretty much like this and just have one insert in place while you glue it, and then just take it out so you know that everything is perfectly in place. And I'm going to slide this in here so I can clamp it equally. And now all the glue has dried, and as you can see, the sliding works pretty good for the insert. So I will clamp everything, and I will run it through my router with a straight bit to cut the groove for the T. Alright, now I'm going to bolt the drill press table to the actual drill press because I have these T-slots cut out, and I will show you a close-up of those real quick. Alright, so I have the bolt, and now you can see how it just slides in and it's unable to come out. So I will be able to tighten the fence to it. But do you notice anything different about the drill press table? Maybe it looks better because I ended up restarting this project, and I just came back to the point where I'm at in the project because what I did was I was putting way too much glue on, and it was just leaking out everywhere, and it messed up the project. And then I was going too fast because I wasn't waiting for the glue to dry. When I cut out these T-tracks, there was like glue still spit out all over in there. But now I slowed it down, so that's one lesson in woodworking. You have to take your time and wait. So what I'm going to do here is I'm bolting it on, and I take the bolt with the washer, put it on top into the Forstner bit area. I check under the table, put it in. Now it's all level. Take a washer, put it on the bottom, and take a nut and place it on the bottom, and lock it down in all 4 places. So what I did now was I have all these slots cut out for my table saw, and this one is a little bit short, but as you can see, there's inserts, so when you slide them in, this one's the right size. It's on a 15-degree bevel, so it can't pop up, and Basically, it's for if you drill too low and you start digging into this, you're not actually wrecking your actual drill press table. And you want to make quite a few of them just to have them around. And now we're going to go make the fence so it can slide on the track. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm going to glue together 6 of these strips to get an 1.5 inch thick fence, and that should be pretty good for a fence. I'm going to make sure they're lined up this way, and I'm not going to try to add so much glue that it's going to be squeezing out everywhere, but just enough so it's good enough to hold it. Okay, so now that you have the fence all cut out to size, you want to line it up on the T-tracks and set a mark on each spot and just drill a hole going straight down so that your bolt can go through it. And now the holes are drilled and the fence is in place. What I need to do now is, the bolts that I got were not quite long enough, and I knew that when I bought them at the store, but I couldn't find any bigger ones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark a notch on here, and I'm going to notch out an area for the bolts to be able to screw them on tighter. And now I will cut out the notches I made on my bandsaw. And now I will drop my drill press fence into place. And now you can see that the things on each side stick out. Now I have to be able to tighten this down when I need to, so I have this from Home Depot. I got 2 washers on each end I'll place, and I got these wing nuts to hold it down and tighten in place. Now I would recommend, instead of wing nuts, using some type of knob, but I couldn't find any when I was at the Home Depot, so I just said I'll just get the wing nuts for now. And basically what this does is it allows you to adjust your fence, and then you can just tighten it down when it's in place. And after I tightened down these knobs, everything was in place. And if you want to know how to make your fence square, just pick up one of these triangles and place it on the end, square it up. Do the same on the other side, square it up, then you have it all in place. So that is how to build a drill press table. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up to help support me, and subscribe if you found anything useful so you never miss another woodworking video ever again, every Tuesday. And I also have a second channel, Woodworking Nuts Vlogs, where I will be posting some vlogs this week probably. And I also have a Facebook and Twitter page now for Woodworking Nut, where you can share your projects with me and everyone else. So give this video a like, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday.